2 athletes, 1 male and 1 female archer per country. Competition plays out over 4 ends, 2 arrows per competitor in each of those ends. So each team will take a total of 16 shots to decide the winner. Once again, total points determine the final outcome. Coming in to stage 4, Denmark was on top of the standings with 36 points. Colombia with 24. Slovenia in 3rd place with 18 points. Turkey was 4th with 16. Germany also with 14 points in 5th place. Then Iran and South Africa tied for 6th place with 12 points. And the USA and the Netherlands in 8th place with 10 points. The mixed team bronze medal match will feature the top-seeded team from the USA and this team from India, which came out of qualifications ranked 10th, Trisha Deb and Sarvesh Pareek. Trisha Deb, 22 years old, ranked 36th in the world, and Sarvesh Pareek, who competed this morning in the team medal matches. Been a good week for India. They defeated Denmark by 1, beat Colombia by 3 in the quarterfinals, and lost to Slovenia by 1. So India will take on the top-seeded team from the USA, a team that defeated Turkey by 3 points in the quarterfinals, then lost by just 1 to Italy in the semifinals. So the USA, with Rio Wilde and Lexi Keller teaming up. Lexi, of course, on the women's team this morning that came from behind to win a bronze medal, and Rio Wilde on the men's team that captured the gold medal. Lexi Keller on your left from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and Rio Wilde, the honey badger out of Pocatello, Idaho, and Cindy in the coach's box. That's a pretty good view. You were there this morning.
Yeah, it was different to be in the coach's box.
How'd you like that? You'd rather be shooting, yeah.
It was tough. I didn't realize how nervous I'd be in the coach's box, much more nervous than shooting.
You've got to come up with those pearls of wisdom.
Yes, yeah.
So here we go as we start the afternoon session, the final session here at stage 4 of the 2015 Outdoor World Cup circuit. Lexi Keller, good look at the 19-year-old who's ranked 67th in the world, averaging just around 8.3 shots, or rather 3 points per arrow. And Lexi coming off a good performance this morning. How much does it help to have been out on the field already, Crystal?
It's great. You get a feel for it, and it really sets you at ease for knowing the wind and just the conditions in general.
Look pretty comfortable on that shot. Starts off with the 10. Good opening for the United States as Rio Wilde, who will be going for 3 medals today here at stage 4, has a gold already in men's team competition. Going for a bronze here in mixed team. And we'll shoot for a bronze in the individual match with Stefan Hansen later on today. Now Team India and Sarvesh Pareek, who was on the team that won a bronze medal this morning, defeating Venezuela, and he continues to shoot strong. So Pareek has been out here before. This is the first shot of the day by Trisha Deb, the 22-year-old.
So interesting, you see everybody who's been out there today shot a 10, and the one person who hasn't shot the 9.
Kind of a feeling out period. Testing the waters, so to speak. Lexi Keller's just been consistent all day long. A 19-year-old working with the 41-year-old Rio Wilde. Almost dead center. So the USA will take this end. Even if India shoots 2 10s, they'll come up 1 point short. Pareek puts it in the center. And 2 9s for Trisha Deb. Again, first time out on the field.
Makes a big difference.
Now, as in my imagination, as I watch Rio Wilde, and as I have over the years, does he lean back a little bit?
Oh,
a little bit more than most?
He leans back quite a bit. It's become somewhat of a joke sometimes. You see new archers trying to copy the Rio technique, and they lean real far. And he lost a lot of weight last year in the off season, and he came back, and it actually looked really funny, and it looked more exaggerated, the lean, because he had lost so much weight.
So much weight, yeah. Yes, I've noticed and watched him today. I could tell he really does lean back. You watch his upper body and his head. His shoulders are back. Different style of shooting, but it's effective.
It works.
It works, no question about that. The United States off to a 2-point lead, leading 40-38 after the opening end. If you're just joining us, Crystal Galvin of the United States, who is headed to the World Cup Finals in Mexico City next month. By the way, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Huge excitement from me. First year on the World Cup circuit, and to make it my first year was really exciting.
And it's got to be a big relief. I know it was a trying week down here in Colombia for you, and so you were a little bit on edge, I'm sure.
Yeah, essentially it came down to I had to have other people win or lose matches, so it was out of my hands, and that's tough.
So you could feel for Katuna Lorig and her situation yesterday.
Yes. Yep.
As she had to watch Lei Chen Ying of Chinese Taipei. If Lei Chen Ying had lost her match, Katuna would have gone. It didn't work out that way.
Nope.
Tough when it's in the hands of somebody else. The fate, your fate. So down by 2, India takes the first shot at the second end. And that's a surprise.
It's going to be tough to come back from that.
Pareek in the red zone. And here's the young lady whose first World Cup event was 2 years ago at Stage 1 in Shanghai, where she won a team bronze medal there.
She found the 10 ring.
So Trisha Deb settling in. But obviously an opportunity for the United States to increase that lead, and they do.
Way to go. Looking good.
Lexi shot really well in all the team events leading off. You can always count on her to open with a strong shot. So
That's where she's most comfortable?
I don't know where she's most comfortable, but I know the team is very comfortable with her in that position.
Inside. 10 inside, low.
So back-to-back 10s by Keller and Wilde. The USA already up by 5.
Moving 9.
And India can ill afford to be shooting 9s at this point, even though it's early in the match still.
These are short matches, so you don't have a lot of time to come back if you make a mistake.
It's an interesting point. Would you like to see them go an extra end?
To me, I'd rather shoot as many arrows as possible. I think it really separates people the longer you shoot. The shorter matches, you see a lot of upsets, which is great for TV, but not necessarily for the archers.
Lexi lets another one fly.
You're good. Still good.
So Lexi Keller, who lives on the family farm in Wisconsin. Got her off the farm. She's traveling the world and teaming up with Rio Wilde right now to take a commanding lead here in the bronze medal match in mixed team competition.
And I believe the world record in this is only 1 point down, so right now they're sitting on pace for that.
We could see it happen right here. And just like that, India down by 8. Very, very quickly. It can happen that quickly. So far, the United States has not missed on a single shot. They've all been 10s. Meanwhile, India with a 7 and 8, a couple of 9s thrown in there. Only 2 10s for India. And the USA up by 8 as they wait for the arrows to be retrieved. 80-72 in favor of the Americans. Rio Wilde, of course, getting set to head to the World Cup Finals in Mexico City. Rio won the World Cup title in Mexico in 2006. Be interesting to see if he can go back to Mexico and do it again 9 years later.
Yeah, I believe Brady was in the stands. He said he was too young, he wasn't competing, but he was actually there. So
Brady saw it happen.
Yeah. So they were.
So it actually did happen.
Yes. Yeah.
We have a witness. Good crowd on hand here in El Parque Norte on a.
Yeah, it's been great to see all the kids around, getting pictures, autographs from the archers. It's probably been the most attended event in terms of fans of all the World Cups this year.
Local organizing committee doing a great job again here in Medellin. As Pareek steps up to the shooting line. Had a 7 on his first shot of the second end.
That looked like a much better shot.
Held it a little bit longer, but it paid off.
Get ready, Lexi.
Reminds me of what Martin Damsbo said this morning. A 10 is always worth waiting for.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot in team round, in the women's team. Take that extra half a second.
Sometimes you have to wait for the wind to die down. Great look of determination on the face of Lexi Keller, who almost got it in there, and that's the first shot that has not been in the 10 ring for the U.S. here in this bronze medal match. The Leaning Tower of Pocatello.
Tell me as a new nickname.
Yeah, we'll give him one. Somehow I think that honey badger is going to stick. So India is starting to pick up steam right now, but it may be too little too late after falling behind by 8 midway through the match. Trisha Deb. Right on target. Averaging 9.4 points per arrow. And 8 wins already in her brief career. Just outside, it looked like.
They're calling it a 10, but yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Judges will take a close look at that. USA hoping it's a 10. And there's no doubt about that.
There you go.
So Rio and Lexi now with a 7-point edge. At least we think that's what it is right now. Rio looking down range to try to find out. Lexi Keller a little bit anxious about that.
Second one's in. I'm saying the second one's in, the first one's out.
Luckily for her, I don't think that arrow is going to make a difference in this match. So.
Look how close.
The
Touching?
Oh, I'm not a good arrow caller. I'm the first to admit that
You'll shoot him, you just don't want to call him, huh?
Exactly. I gladly will keep score when we have to decide amongst our bail. I always say the one thing I don't want to be is that arrow caller. Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. You'd rather shoot the final shot in a big match, huh?
Yes, any day.
And have to shoot a 10.
Yep.
Do you think about that when you are in that situation? You know, you've got to have a 10, but I would imagine if you think about it too much, you're going to freeze up.
That's what a lot of people say, but I actually find I shoot better under pressure. I find when I don't need to shoot a 10, I don't know if I get lazy or what it is, but I tend to just shoot a 9 then or whatever. But when I need that shot, for example, in shoot-offs, I've only lost one shoot-off, and it was with an X.
So when you need a home run, you hit a home run. So I do think they changed that to a 9. They did change it to a 9. And the lead is now at 6, 118 to 112.
But with one end, it's going to be real tough on India.
One would think so. Although anything can happen. You've seen it, I've seen it.
Yep.
The gentleman who joined me this morning, Martin Damsbo, was on his way to a medal in Wrocław last month, and all of a sudden, something went wrong with his release and changed the whole complexion of the match.
Yep. I can relate. I had to miss myself in qualification, and that took me out of team round and everything, so.
In the blink of an eye. But if everything goes to form, follows form, the USA should only be 4 shots away from the mixed team bronze medal. India still battling, though.
Moving 9.
Yeah, they really needed a 10 there.
From a scoring standpoint as well as a confidence boost.
Moving 9.
Yeah, now the U.S. can just step up and say, just shoot relaxed shots, and they don't even need to hit 10s. They could shoot straight 9s and be fine.
Lexi, who won a team silver medal in Shanghai at stage 1 this year and a team bronze medal in Poland last month, already has a bronze medal in her pocket from this morning, looking for her 2nd medal of the day.
And that, her arrow is perfect, exactly what I was saying. You know, we all kind of loosen up when we know we have the lead like that. We just try not to do anything stupid, and that was her worst arrow of the match.
X. To the right.
So the lead at 7 with just 2 arrows to go. Pareek, pinpoint precision.
He'll be happy to finish with that arrow.
Kind of like when you're playing golf. You take that last shot. If it's a good one, doesn't matter
Even if you lose.
the other 125 that you
Right.
shot that day.
Right. And
So 2 good, strong shots to finish it off for India. Lexi Keller bearing down.
Solid. It's a 4 o'clock product coffee.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team USA, a 5 required to win.
So Rio Wilde for the win.
let's see another X here, I'm predicting. He's been shooting a lot of X's this week.
Ah, should have bet you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first medal of the afternoon goes
I'd never bet against Rio Wilde.
Team USA.
So a big bear hug from the Honey Badger. Lexi Keller, Rio Wilde.
So that's 2 bronze medals for her today so far. Rio, bronze and gold. So.
And he's got a chance for another bronze coming up in just a little while. But the old hand, the old veteran Rio Wilde with the newcomer Lexi Keller. Big smiles. And they should be big smiles as the USA comes out and wins in workmanlike fashion, 156 to 160.